Your team, your board members, your colleagues, the people that you work with, everybody has dignity. Everybody has something to share. Everybody has strength to contribute. But it takes humility to see it. And that's the first value that we're talking about is leadership humility. Leadership humility is not about being a doormat. Leadership humility first is about recognizing you have strengths, and so do other people. Leaders seek strength. They don't focus on frailty. They don't focus on all the things you wish or think you were owed. They focus on what does this person have to offer? What dignity does this person have within them? And leaders seek it out. People of influence seek that out, seek strength. Humility is about recognizing when you screw up. You don't need to keep it a secret. And I've got a secret for you. When you've screwed up, your people already know. It's not a secret. All you do is tell them that you can't be trusted because you don't have the humility to own up to what everybody can see. So seek out the strength in people. Invite challenges. Own it when things haven't gone right and you've screwed up or you've made a mistake or you've hurt somebody or let somebody down. We all do it. We're human beings. That's humility. The second root we want to cultivate, along with humility. Humility is not enough. I found this out when I was promoted in my very first mid-level management position. If you'd been with me, it was kind of a sad sight. I had just been promoted to vice president of operations. Now I was younger than everybody who I was supervising, all of whom were managers, 3 of whom had been passed over for the job. They had wanted the job too, and then I had been chosen for it. Well, I had this humility thing down. I said, I'm not going to ruffle any feathers. And so we'd sit there at these meetings, and I'd have all these guys staring at me who had, more seniority and experience on me, looking at me like, what you got, big guy? And I said, well, I need to prove that I have everybody's best interest, and I need to be humble. So I'd say, hey, guys, what if we what do you think, could we? It was awful. And I spent so many wasted months trying to convince our executive to do things. I said, Mike, our data's a mess, and if we can get our data in order and get a good system for that, we can increase our revenue, we can have better impact. I mean, we're going to make life easier. Yeah, David, you're right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good thing. We should do that at some point. 3 weeks later, I was back in his office. Mike, we've got this situation. We've got a guy. He's got to go. We've done all the progressive discipline we can. He's a cancer. He's killing morale for his team. He's not interested in being here. I've done all that work. He's got to go. Yeah, you're right, David. I hear that. Yeah. At some point, yeah, we're going to take care of that. Come on, Mike, get with it. And I was floundering. My team didn't have confidence in me. I couldn't get the execs to do anything, and I was struggling. Fortunately, there was a board member named Steve who was watching me flounder. And he introduced me to a woman named Jane. She had been the CEO of an international food company. She had sold that off, temporarily retired while she was looking for her next gig, which ended up being president of the Heinz Corporation, like the ketchup people, Heinz Corporation for UK and Ireland. Jane was no nonsense, straight to the point, but she also was an incredibly good listener. I said, Jane, here's what I want to do. Here's my challenge. Here's my situation. I can't get this. I can't get people to do this. And here's what my ideas are. And then I opened my notebook, and I was just ready to receive this flow of wisdom. So, David, what are you waiting for? Well, David, you don't need my ideas. You've got plenty of good ideas. You know the company better than anybody else there. I've been around long enough to know that's the case. What are you waiting for? You just need to lead. Thanks. But, Jane, that's what I'm trying to do. David, quit waiting for other people to do it. Don't be afraid to lead. Have the confidence to lead. Your team needs you to lead the way. They've got to see that confidence in you. If they can't rally around you and where you're going, you're never going to have any credibility with them. Are there areas where you're not speaking up? Something's in your heart, and you know it's the right thing to say, but you're staying silent. Confidence is sometimes about saying what needs to be said. Confidence is sometimes about stating an audacious goal and saying, hey guys, I believe we can have a better future if we work together than we have today. That's confidence. Audacious goals, standing in your truth, saying what needs to be said, communicating that vision of what things could be. Have the confidence to lead. Probably the most important piece of leadership advice I've ever been given in my life. Within 3 weeks of those conversations, I had taken care of the poor performer who didn't want to be there and loved him enough to help him find another place where he could thrive. And then I walked into the CEO. I said, so Mike, here's the thing. We need to get this data taken care of. I'll take over the responsibility to get it done. I'm going to need $50,000. That's what it's going to cost to get this system built. It's not in the budget. Help me out. He said, oh, well, that's great. Yeah, you're right. We need the data. Tell you what, we got 20. I can come up with 25 this budget, and then we can find 25 for sure in the next one. So if you can make that work and stretch it across, fantastic. I didn't know it was that easy. Right? Humility, confidence, together, foundational roots. That if you'll go into every interaction with those cultivated within you, you're 90% of the way there. Those are our roots.